Hello, Grisna. I'll have to change your litter box tomorrow. Let's look at your babies. I removed the lid of the cage because I wanted easy access. But we have a few changes. So we have this one is the only single mane. It is a broken, and because it's agouti, what would be considered blue normally is actually opal. Now to compare, here we have a broken agouti black, which is called chestnut, and this is the difference between blue and black. You can see one is paler than the other one, but the thing is, when they grow older, because they're agouti, their colors are gonna change. This one is actually gonna turn kind of brown, and this one's gonna be a bit more peppered in its look. This is another broken chestnut. Has less spots than its sibling. Here we have the lilac. This is lilac because if you compare, this is blue, and this one is also blue. So these two are blue, but like both are agouti, so they're gonna turn opal. But you can see the really big difference between these two. This is lilac, but you see the ears are full, and unlike this one's agouti, while this one's not. So this one's the actual lilac, which is a solid color. And as I said, this one is basically agouti blue, which is called opal. And then this little one, it's a little dirty right now, but it had a blood bubble in its ear when it was born, and as you can see, it has gone away. It's fallen off like 2 days ago, actually. And genetically speaking, this is probably gonna have red eyes, because I know for a fact that Tomore Malu, who's the dad, his mom carried red eyes, and there's no blue eye in either Grisna or Tomoe Maru's line, so this is probably going to be a red eye white. But if it turns out Angora like mom, I'm going to be keeping it regardless of the gender, because I don't have a white Angora anymore. Some of you know how I lost Nikita due to old age recently. One is jealous and wants to be pet. So yeah, I lost Nikita due to old age recently. And while that, I'm okay with, because, you know, it was coming. I saw it coming for a long time. Floppy ears. You have floppy ears. You're a silly looking one. You have some floppy ears. So yeah, what happened? I'm still very upset about it. But little Ram died very recently, and I feel awful about it. I mean, I've been breeding bunnies since 2015. I've been careful not to breed those that are too old because it's dangerous for them. And I've never lost a mom while she gave birth. I had never lost any bunny to giving birth. I almost lost Cisco to giving birth. Instead, I lost Cisco to complications from that difficult birth. But basically, Little Ram was pregnant, and she died while she gave birth. Oh my god, your eye just opened, and it's red, as I thought. Well, that's new. Your eye wasn't open this morning. So that's new. Can you show us again? No, you don't want to show? So yeah, I was saying, Little Ram died while she was giving birth, and it would have happened regardless, okay? Because I mean, two of them, she had pushed out 2 babies, but she still had some in her tummy, so there's nothing I could have done, even if I had been there while it happened. But what I'm really upset about is that I'd forgotten that she was pregnant, because I forgot to write her down in my calendar. And while that has nothing to do with how she died, because it would have happened regardless, you know, but because I forgot, I wasn't checking up on her as much as I would have otherwise. And if I hadn't forgotten, maybe I could have been there while the babies were still alive. And the thing is, she gave birth not long after Grisna. So like within a few hours of when Grisna had her babies. And if I'd been there while the babies were still alive, I could have had Grisna foster them, you know? So it just feels horrible. And I hate it, because it's like I lost my white Angoras, both of them within a month of each other. And the surprise ones are always worse than the ones that you can see coming. So I just feel, it feels like I don't. Little Ram was my first double mane Angora I had managed to produce. She was gorgeous. Her ears were insanely fluffy. I mean, I have videos where I've shaved her completely except the ears, and she's still blind because there's too much fur falling over her eyes, because the fur of her ears was so fluffy. And I would have lost her regardless if I had forgotten or not. It's my first time losing a doe to giving birth, you know? So, anyways. So that's what happened. And for this reason, even though I don't like red eyes at all, if this baby turns out to be Angora, I'm gonna keep it. Because I don't have a white Angora anymore. I just wish I could have saved those 2 babies. I wish I'd been there on time. I'm sorry, everybody. I meant to make an update on these cute babies and I turned out crying. But yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.